when Cuddy said he met with Diddy, and then Cassie walked in, he said, "Oh, she's playing both of us." I think what Cassie, that's what Cassie ultimately did. I think she played everybody. Because think about it. She is going to be the biggest winner when all the dust settles. She'll walk away with $30 million and everyone feels sorry for her.
But not fully. I don't think everybody's feeling. I think that's starting to change. People are starting to see that they're feeling like she was a willing participant. You got $30 million at the expense of everybody knowing that you was a piss drinker, a fucking cum fucking mule. And, you know. Mule. Cum mule. And it's just, I mean, if that's worth $30 million, you see what I'm saying? For something, I can't, you can't pay me enough to be any of that. Like, you see what I'm saying? So is she really the winner? I don't know. Like, it all depends. Like, can she try to go off into obscurity and just raise her children somewhere and this doesn't follow her? Like, her children's going to get to a certain age and they're going to know, people's going to know who their mom is, And that's not cool. Well, that's not something that you want to put your children through.
I get it, but at least they're going to be growing up in mansions, and they could potentially just go move to another country.
Right, but how many rich kids fucking are depressed and the money doesn't cure
Monica
everything.
Lewinsky, she moved to France.
Right.
Sometimes
but
you just
think
leave
that
the
she
country.
don't follow her out in France?
Not as much as America.
Yeah, but
every
I'm sure every now and then. Monica Lewinsky, yes.
Every now and then. But when you're rich, you live behind gated communities. People are paid to be nice to you. You don't really have to.
Right.
Intermix with the common people all that much. The waiter at the restaurant ain't gonna tell you that. He gonna get fired.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying?
But the people in the gated community are gonna be like, that's Monica.
Yeah. Well, When you have 30 million,
and people that look down on how you got your money too.
When you got 30 million though, that's an amount that's hard to spend in your lifetime. You could have mansions in like 10 different places. You could fly private. You know what I'm saying?
See, here's the thing. I feel like after being around Puff for so long, 30 million might not be hard for her to spend. She might start spending like she's fucking Puff Daddy.
Potentially.
You understand?
So here's a clip I saw the other day when Shine was on the Breakfast Club. When he got out, he rolled around with Diddy a little bit. He said they were in Paris. It was him, Diddy, and Cassie, probably some more people. And he said he saw Cassie get $500,000 worth of gifts from Diddy. Diddy spent $500,000 on her with just random gifts and so forth.
I saw that.
And then they got together. He's like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry. The lawyers was in my ear. I should never separate cases. Here's $50,000." And he's thinking like, "I did 10 years."
Right, and this is all you give me $50,000. You just bought this.
Yeah, and you banging
$500,000 on this broad.
Yeah, you banging this young chick who hasn't done anything for you, and she gets 10 times the amount. At that point, he said, "I want to give it back to him, but he needs the money."
I was gonna say, did he take the money? Right,
he took the money, and that's the thing. Like that's what Roger kind of explained in our interview yesterday is that Diddy will not pay you what you're worth, but he'll keep paying you. So you end up getting, you have to have him at that point.
He'll piecemeal you.
He'll piecemeal you. So it's like, look, for example, like, if you do a booking for someone, getting 20% is considered somewhat normal, right? I got you a club walkthrough. Mm-hmm. You get, Diddy was getting like 50,000. Up to 100,000 if it's like All-Star Weekend or whatever. So like 50,000 would be a regular booking when he was hot. Give him 50, you get 10, he get 40. Well, Puff was like, nah, y'all get 5%. So Roger would have all these bookings for him and it'd be like, well, 5% of 50,000 is only 2,500 instead of the 10,000 I really deserve, but shit, it's 2,500. And they would do shit like, all right, so Diddy would have like a show like in Germany or whatever, so he'd give him like an extra like 20 tickets, so he like go get someone to sell the tickets outside. And that's how they make the extra money. But then Diddy was like, yeah, I want half of that.
Wow.
He was just always just crazy cheap.
Really?
Yeah, this is why the 20,000 from the parents, it surprises me, but doesn't surprise me. Because he just does weird, petty,
to me,
nickel
that's
and
some
dime
power
type
shit right there. That wasn't about the money at all. That 20,000 with the parents, that was just to show the power that he has over their daughter, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.